This is video number 7 for the Math 8-9 Honors program at OKM Secondary. Topic 1.4, Surface Area of Composite Objects, from the Math Makes Sense 9 text. Now we have a composite object of a rectangular prism and a triangular prism. And we can show ourselves the bottom half of this composite object is a rectangular prism, and the top half is a triangular prism. I'm going to label some of the faces. Let's call this face A, B, C, and D. I'm going to focus on the rectangular prism first. The area of side A, length by width. Now there are two A's, the front and then in behind, the back. So we'll multiply the formula by 2. Side A is an 8 by 4. So the height is 4. 8 by 4, 32, doubled, 64 square centimeters. Side B is a 3 by 4, and there are two side B's. The right, and then in behind we could consider the left. 24 square centimeters. The bottom, I'll label the composite object with the bottom. So area of the bottom is an 8 by 3 and 24 centimeters squared. Let's now focus on triangular prism. The area of side C, triangle, base times height, divide by 2. There's a front and a back triangle of the same dimension, so we will double the formula. We recall that the 2's cancel out. So the base of this triangle is 8. The height is not 10. This entire height of this composite object is 10. This portion is 4. So to get C's height, we would go and subtract 4 from 10. We get 6 centimeters. So the base is 8 and the height is 6. 48 centimeters squared for both triangles. The area of side D is a 10 by 3, 30 square centimeters. And there is a back on that triangular prism right in here. So the area of that back is a height of 6 and a width of 3, 18 square centimeters. Let's find the total surface area of this object. by adding 64, 24, 24, 48, 30, and 18 together. 208 square centimeters is the total surface area of this composite object. In our next example, we have a diagram of a cake, and it is composed of two round cakes. We will begin with the small cake. First things first, we recognize that we don't have a radius. The diameter is provided. We will have to cut the diameter in half. On the small cake, a half of 14 is 7. So the radius is 7 centimeters. Surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Please recall that these are two circles, and this is for the curved area, or the body, or the side of the cylinder. On the small cake, we have the top, which is a circle, will be frosted. The bottom of that small cake will not be frosted. So we're not going to have two circles. It will be one circle. So we'd have to use pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. We already calculated the radius as 7. We will substitute that. Pi 7 squared plus 2 pi 7 for radius, 5 for height. 7 squared is 7 times 7, that's 49 pi, plus 2 pi times 35, pi plus, we can multiply the 2 by 35, it's 70 pi. 49 pi's plus 70 pi's gives us 119 pi square centimeters on the small cake. Let's go to the large part of the cake. Once again, we recognize that the diameter must be cut in half. Same idea. The formula used will not include two circles. The bottom of the cake is not going to be frosted. Okay, bracket 13 squared plus 2 pi times 13 times the height 5. 13 squared is 13 times 13, 169 pi, plus 2 pi, and 13 times 5 is 65. In our next line, we will multiply the 2 by 65, 130 pi, for a total of 299 pi square centimeters. There is some overlap. So right in here, that small cake is covering the top part of the larger cake. And there's no frosting there. So for that overlap, the area of the small circle, the bottom of the small cake, would be pi r squared, which is pi 7 squared, and we have 49 pi. So we have a little bit of overlap that we will have to subtract from the overall total. Total surface area, we add 119 pi plus 299 pi, subtract 49 pi, and I almost forgot square centimeters beside 49 pi, and we overlap, for a total of 369 pi square centimeters. This answers part A. Part B, we will use our scientific calculator, multiply 369 by pi. When this happens, we get 1159.247 and so on. In part B, we are prompted to leave our answer to the nearest centimeter. This indicates no decimal places. The 2 will not affect that 9, and so it would be 1159 square centimeters. This concludes video number 7.